Welcome to the Concordia College Football Show with Coach Terry Horan. The Cobbers got back to their winning ways with a 48-0 victory over Augsburg University. Coach, how did it feel to get back to what you're used to?
Hey, winning is fun, Norm. That never gets old, let me tell you. And I'm proud of our staff, proud of our kids. I mean, we had 2 tough weeks, but we got better each of those weeks, and I thought we got better last week as well. It was a good victory for us. As we said last week too, you know, everyone's 0-0. This is what you play for. It's the MIAC race, and we had a feisty Augsburg team right out of the gates, but then once we kind of got things going, I was proud to see everything that was happening.
And you got a lot of players into the game this week.
Yeah, we did. I mean, when you start, what did we have, 28 points in the third quarter, and it was starting to kind of run away with it a little bit. Hey, a lot of guys practice all week to prepare you, and we try to get as many guys into the game as possible. So it was a great effort by everybody.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and take a look at those first half highlights.
Family weekend too. We had a great crowd, great day actually. You know, they were talking possibly some rain and some lightning, but the wind was blowing pretty good. Fortunately, Tommy Pavi got his knee down there on our only KOR. Got out of the gates a little bit slow offensively. We were lucky that one didn't get into the hands of Augsburg. This guy's been something unbelievable. I mean, he's one of the top 3 punters in the country right now. He had a 70-yarder, and that one was into the wind, and a strong wind at that. Our defense has just been solid. I mean, we're gang tackling, we're getting to the football. Just really good, fundamentally sound football. Our punt return has been great. When you start adding, you know, those extra yards and field position, you know, that's Andy Gravdahl and Will Burning both doing some solid things. A little ill-advised turnover by us, and that's something that you know, we preach all the time, but it happened. Bob Lamo, our freshman back, just starting to really take off for us. We really like what he brings to the table. Nice little pitch out to Wyatt Curtis, switching to the arm to the outside. That was good. Young man's from Rossay, played a little 9-man football in his day. Here's Bob Alamo reading his blocks, setting it up well, gets his first collegiate touchdown, and we were so excited for him. And you know, we're pretty young offensively, other than, you know, some key spots at quarterback with Blake and some of our receivers, and then obviously Hans at right tackle. But Diaz, I think he'd love to have that one back. He pulled his head up a little bit and pushed it right. He made the rest of them on the day. We got great kickoffs by Chris Kloss, and this was inside the 20-yard line, which is great coverage by us. Our D's swarming to the football again.
These backs were a little hard to take down.
They were. This kid can run, and he's physical back too. He's shifty, but you know, we always preach get to the football, and our kids did a great job there. They just got it over the top of us, and well played. Great block right here. We got great pressure up the middle. Willie Julks again, believe it or not, got the block. That's his 3rd one on the year. Jase Johnson, the young man from Moorhead, who's a senior, who's worked so hard. We were hoping that he could find the end zone on that one. Here we got a little pass interference. Got us into the scoring zone again, and Blake kind of finishes it off with a little midline option play. So we're at this point, and then we kick the PAT. We're up 13-0. D's back on again. Will Burning's having a great year, and there's Jase Johnson and Sam Michael in on it. You know, you notice, I mean, we're getting a lot of maroon jerseys to the football, and that's something Coach Bakken preaches all the time about getting to the football and finishing. And excited about this guy's play too. I mean, he's all over the field. Just love how he gets after it. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch these guys compete. It really is. Love seeing this kid catch footballs. He's pretty dynamic. And here we go, right before the half. You know, we were able to go up top on him, and we had missed him earlier in the game. He just missed a nice catch, but Andy Gravdahl getting a 48-yard touchdown pass late in the second quarter. That put us up 20-0 at halftime.
And here's one of those kickoffs.
Yeah, Chris Clausen, I mean, I think he had six touchbacks. I mean, that we'll take that any day of the week, and twice on Sundays, let me tell you. We go in halftime with a nice 20-0 lead. Always scoring before half, Norm, is something I've always talked about. That's a real good momentum dagger, and if you can do it, and if you're, shoot, we look good at it. We performed. Scoring before a half is a big deal going into halftime. It's a big momentum lifter.
Yeah. When we return, we'll take a look at those second half highlights. Coach, what was the message at halftime?
You know what? Just continue to build on what we were left off with there at the end of that second quarter. The game started, the momentum started getting into our spot and right where we wanted them. We knew our defense was going to be out there first, and they got a 3-and-out, and then one play, bam, we're in the end zone. So, and then after that, it was getting people in and continuing to execute. But we had executed really well in all three phases of the game. We just wanted to continue in that fashion.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and look at those second half highlights. This had to be the longest third quarter in the history of football.
It was a long third quarter, but when you're on the up end of that scoreboard, it's always nice. Let me tell you that. Again, a great crowd, family weekend, beautiful day. Here's the opening kickoff, bam, through the end zone. They start at the 25-yard line. These came out and really set the tone of the second half. We didn't give them a whole lot. It looked like they had a little miscue there with a little handoff. They got a punt off. Here's Will Burning. Getting some yards. We're getting better at it. First play from scrimmage. Logan Hatfield. Young man works his tail off all off season, and he's a senior, and just really happy for him. Young man out of Bemidji. So great way to start the second half, and that put us up 27-0. Diaz through the uprights. And we chose the wind at our back here just to let this thing happen just like this. Get them to start deep in their own territory, and our D's just are coming to play. Tell you, Wyatt Curtis had a really nice day. Here's another long run by him. He was had a lot of yards as a high school senior at Rossay High School, and here's Andy Gravdahl. I've never seen anybody put a foot in the ground and make people miss as much as this kid. He's pretty dynamic, that's for sure. Diaz through the uprights again. We're back to Clausen with that wind at his back, and goes right through the end zone again. The problem with this is they eventually take one out, and we had some guys that maybe weren't running as hard. So we got, that's another coaching point. I know Coach Pedro will make sure that they know about that when we start talking special teams. Keeping them on the end zone is a big deal for our black shirts. We take a lot of pride in that. Here's Shawn Maguire getting his first carry, and we ran a little QB power, and he read it pretty nice. Here's I believe this is the 70-yarder.
Yeah.
And then Willie Julks, using his speed, gets down to hold it in. Great job. Of course, Bergie loves that. Helps the average out, quite a bit. Look at this. Marshall King. Oh, so happy for that young man. Sophomore from Fergus Falls, steps in front of a pass, and anytime you can get a D score, that's a huge plus. And we'll see it come up here after a little bit, but we not just got one, we got two with Willie Julks again. But here's the one we're talking about. We had guys in position to make a play. He got out on the perimeter a little bit, and that's too much for us. We want him inside that 25. Here's Willie. I love how he finishes this thing like he's this sprinter going across the tape. Look at him right there. Look at him right there. He saw this perfectly, and jumped the little slant route, and boom, he's off to the races. Punch the ball out. We get another get another turnover. Hey, we were +2. We got our goal this week. We had the one mishap on our end, but 2 picks and a fumble recovery. +2 is a pretty good day for us. Getting some other guys in there. That was Austin Enerson, another freshman running back of ours. There's our D's swarming, making plays. I get another punt. First thing you want to do is always catch a punt. But when you got these 2 guys back there, they can make some things happen in a hurry and get some positive yards. 48-0. Great victory. Family weekend. This never gets old, Norm. We just seeing our kids' faces as we're singing our school song, it's pretty amazing because it's not easy to get wins, and when you do, you got to celebrate them, and because it takes a lot of hard work from your staff, hard work from your players. A lot of things have to go right, and proud of our Cobbers.
Yeah. Well, now this week, Hamline is coming up. We'll go down to St. Paul to face Hamline. We'll talk a little bit about them when we return.
Yep, sounds good.
We're now joined by Special Teams Coordinator, Defensive Back Coach, and Recruiting Coordinator, Luke Peterson, known by most as Pedro.
Thanks for having me, Norm.
You're welcome, man. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Now, you're from Spicer, Minnesota.
Yep.
Cobber graduate, former All-MIAC defensive back.
Yep. 2014 grad.
2014 grad of Concordia. Welcome back for the second go-around.
Yes, second time. Second time back. Was able to stick around for a season right after I graduated and then bounced around a little. Now I'm back. It feels really good to be back.
Okay. Talk a little bit about your coaching history, University of Marion, University of Wisconsin Stout.
So after I coached here and helped out with Coach Mistro with the defensive backs, I ended up out at UMary. Got hired as the defensive ends graduate assistant. Once I got there, actually took over the entire defensive line in the spring semester there. And then come that fall, I actually got moved out to corners, so I was coaching corners during the season. And then after that season, was stuck around for a little bit, and then went out to the University of Wisconsin Stout, where I was coaching the outside linebackers for 2 seasons there, 3 springs and 2 full fall seasons out at Stout.
And then back to your alma
And
mater.
then I had a year off of coaching where I ended up moving back to Moorhead here, and I worked at the YMCA for a summer, running their school-age daycare program. Then I got a job over at Horizon East as a para. From there, I ended up taking over a special education classroom teaching. So I taught last year for most of the year. And then spring ball came around, and I came back, started helping right when Mistro headed over to Jamestown, and then starting in June, got back full-time here.
Awesome. So we're going to get this out of the way. Which town is better, Spicer or Wilmer?
Spicer where it's nicer, always.
Now, Terry said it's only during the summertime.
It is beautiful in the summer.
So
Heaven on earth, the lakes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now you're coaching defensive backs here. You actually inherit a couple of pretty good defensive backs there. And how is it transitioning from coaching all these other positions to going back to your natural position?
It was really great getting to coach all those other positions because I started to understand the defense as a whole a lot better. Getting to do the D-line, the outside linebackers, understanding the front 7, but then knowing how the secondary relates into those things is great. The group of guys I got from Coach Mistro when he left is an awesome group. 4 seniors, a lot of great underclassmen there too. It's a really fun group to be around. They work hard, do everything right, and it's just a good group in general to be around.
Okay. Now, work as Coach Bakken being the defensive coordinator, what's it like working under him?
I really like working for Coach Bakken. Obviously, playing for him, I knew him coming in, so I didn't have to learn how he acted and things like that. I kind of knew his personality coming in, so I know how to give and take with him, how to suggest things, how to react to things, and what we're looking for in the box. So I think it's been really good working with Coach Bakken.
Okay. Now, the past couple of years, the office was pretty empty, just Mistro and Willits in there for the time. Now that office is full to the brim. Like sometimes I have to creep around. Like I used to just walk in there, sit down anywhere I wanted to and start talking and stay as long as I wanted. You guys are busy in there.
It is. It is very full in there. I've actually kind of moved out into the hallway, out into the table for now because one day I was looking around on a Friday and all of a sudden there was 9 of us in the office and I was like, can't do it. So I stepped out into the little entryway out there and just pulled the table up and started working there. be more quiet.
I got you. So how do you play a lot of defensive backs? How do you rotate?
Kind of feel of the game, who's hot, giving guys breaks, especially because we have a lot of the DBs and special teams. So if they're had a couple special teams plays in a row, give them a little shot on the sideline, get a break. It's just trust having all those guys. It's really nice to be able to rotate in 5, 6 corners, 4 or 5 safeties, and just knowing that our level of play isn't going to dip when we start going to the second group.
Okay, one of your younger guys had a pick 6 this weekend.
He did.
Did you love him up a little bit?
I did. I loved up Marshall. It was great to see. It was pretty funny, actually, because on the sideline, Coach Bakken is sitting yelling, "Marshall, move up, move up." And then he gets the pick 6 because he didn't think Marshall knew what he was doing, but jumped it right away, right to the house. It was perfect. It was great. First pick of the year for the team, too, which was awesome.
Awesome. Well, first of all, your wife, now this is a funny story because your wife and I were on the sideline together during the football game. We're both getting video and pictures and things like that. She said that you were supposed to be over the Instagram account, but you sucked at it.
Yes.
So she took over the role, and I follow on Instagram. I'm like, man, this is a lot of nice info. It's always something updated all the time, and I know why now. Yeah,
we decided we wanted to start one this summer here in the program, so I kind of started. I posted one thing. I got home and she goes, "That filter was awful. I'm running it now." And so she kind of took over. So now, whenever we want to post something, I just kind of send her what we're looking for, or she just does things on her own too. And so she loves it. She gets involved. She goes on the sideline now and takes pictures and is always trying to make sure we're active on the social media.
Okay, and what's your wife and daughter's name?
I don't have a daughter yet. I have 2 dogs that we consider
she
our
was at
kids.
the game.
That was my niece.
Okay.
My niece, yeah. So my wife's name is Bailey. She played soccer here for 2 years, back in 2012 and 2013. And then we have 2 dogs that we consider our kids at home.
And she's from Wilmer, right?
She is from Wilmer. She is from Wilmer. Yes.
Hey, thanks for joining me.
No problem. Thanks for having me, Norm.
And good luck on the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
All righty. That was Special Teams Coordinator, Defensive Backs Coach, and Recruiting Coordinator, Luke Peterson. We're now joined by sophomore wide receiver Andy Gravdahl. Andy, thanks for joining me, man.
Yep, no
West
problem.
Fargo native, Packer football, baseball, a really traditionally strong athletic program at West Fargo High School.
Yep.
You played quarterback there, right?
Yep.
And you came to Concordia as a quarterback. What was that transition like, moving from quarterback to wide receiver?
It's pretty awesome. When you study film, it's a lot different. I like to get in the open field, so this new position really helps. But it's fun to be around the guys in this new position group with all the new practice drills that we have to do.
Okay, now you're a 2-sport athlete here also. What's it like juggling 2 sports and academics here at an academically tough school like Concordia?
Freshman year, at first it was kind of a struggle, but at the second semester you kind of get the hang of it, and now it's not that bad, and it's fun to be around the guys, and yeah, it's not too bad. 2 sports, it's time management skills, get better on.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is a baseball question. What's it like not being able to play the first almost 3/4 of your season at home? Like, you're on the road, you go to Florida, and then just play wherever you can for the most part. What's that like?
Well, Florida was fun, of course, but after that, it kind of sucked, honestly. But playing away every single time, you should be at home. But it's fun to travel to new places, new fields that you've never been at, and it's going to be nice to hopefully play at home this year.
Okay. Now, you're a business marketing major here at Concordia, but you want to become a realtor.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I've talked to Berkshire Hathaway,
Yeah.
and I've been taking online classes, which I will be finishing up after football season.
Okay.
Because there's not a lot of time or free time during football season, and then after that I'll take my test, hopefully pass, and then get back to Berkshire Hathaway.
So you'll be selling houses this summer while being
hopefully.
a football player.
Yep.
Wow, that's pretty nice, man. You get a head start on your career.
Yep.
All right. So you have 3 touchdowns on the season so far, and every last one of them have come in dramatic fashion. Christian McCaffrey or Reggie Bush? Number 5.
Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush. Okay,
Yeah.
and I was saying that on the sideline because the move you made when you caught that pass, and I was like, uh-oh, he has open field. Look out. And you, quite honestly, you had a move like that against Whitewater. It just didn't go the distance. But you're a dynamic athlete. Do they talk about playing you in different places on the field and different positions?
They move me around a lot, but it hasn't been a problem because I was quarterback, so I know the playbook from freshman year. But it's fun to move to new positions and see what it's like to be a slot. I'm not that much of a blocker, and they know that. So, yeah, it's fun to play some new positions.
So what's the chemistry like with Blake?
It's really good. We worked out a lot together in the offseason, throwing on the field, and it's awesome to have a great quarterback throwing you the ball because he can throw you 80 yards downfield, and he can hit you on a 6-yard hitch with a perfect ball.
Okay. Well, hey, continue success on the season, Andy. Thanks for joining me, man.
Thank you.
That was sophomore wide receiver Andy Gravdahl.
Touchdown!
Traveling to St. Paul for the first time of 2 weeks in a row.
Right.
This time to face Hamline. Talk a little bit about the Pipers.
Well, I got a lot of respect for Chip Taylor and what he does at Hamline. Their kids are going to play hard, that's for sure. They're 1-2 coming in this game. They lost their MIAC opener to St. Thomas. Obviously, St. Thomas is a very good football team, but you know, Hamline was up in that game early, and they were competing hard. So, you know, we're always going to get their best, especially, you know, on Snelling Avenue. That's for sure. It's a tough place to play. Our kids need to be ready. We got to continue to build on the stuff that have been doing these last 3 weeks. We've been getting better every week, and that's important for us. Again, this is on us. We got to take care of ourselves and do the little things right, and take it on the road now. And you know, I think the road trips are coming at a right time. You know, we're continuing to gel as a football team, and boy, when you can continue to build chemistry within your walls, you're going to have a successful team, and I like this group a lot.
Well, the Cobbers hit the road this weekend, traveling to St. Paul to face Hamline University at 1 o'clock. This has been the Concordia College Football Show with Coach Terry Horan.